Okay, so now that we have uploaded our project onto the Heroku, let's fix the styling because right now the site looks ugly. So let's go to our terminal and create a new branch called styling. And now let's go to views. Let's start with our index page, and all we need to do here, just add posts and post class right here. As you can see, nothing happens yet, but let's style the form right now, and all we need to do right here is just add a form class and indent this. Now let's go to our show.html.haml and let's create a div content like this, and sorry, and for this let's leave them empty. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a bootstrap theme, and I'll be using the Flatty theme. Just go to bootstrap.com and click download and copy all this text, go to assets, style sheets, let's create new file, call it theme.css, paste it, save, and this file will be automatically included into the main application.scss because of this line. But for this theme to work, we need to delete or comment this line. So now if we refresh, the colors have changed. And I would like to also add a reset, CSS reset, so that our web page will be displayed the same on all different browsers. Let's go to style sheets, new file, reset.css. Let's refresh. Okay, so now I'll be adding a navigation link, so users won't need to just type this. Okay, let's go to views, and now layouts, application.html.rb. Let's rename this to .haml. And now let's recreate the structure in Haml. So for these two lines we use this. Now head, title, simple block, and I'm just going to copy these three lines. For those of you who wonder, I was holding a command button on my Mac and just clicking, and this is, allows to select multiple selections. So we can delete this. Now let's go down here and type body and yield. Oh, maybe we don't need that tab. Yes, okay, so now it works. So now let's add some navigation. So let's create nav with class navbar dot navbar default container and link to okay, so now we added this bold text, which will be our logo, and if you click this, it will redirect us to the main roof path. Let's go down here and add an ordered list. Nav.navbar nav.navbar right, and I'm just using bootstrap classes right here, and add a li link to new post, new post path. And if we click this, it will allow us to create a new link. Okay, and I see that our page is indented, not indented, but as you can see, the text goes beyond our browser. So let's wrap our yield inside a container class. Yes, much better. So now what we could do is commit the changes, git commit add styles to views. Let's check out to master branch, git status, git merge styling. Okay, so now let's create users and allow only logged in users create posts. So for that, we'll be using a gem called a device. Just add this to our gem file at the top. I will close all of these windows. Now let's run bundle install and let's start the server. So I will be using different branch again for our users, and I will call it device. So now just follow the getting started in the GitHub page, and we firstly installed device. Now let's run Rails generate device install. As you can see, it gives us a list of things we need to do. So the first thing we need to do is go to our config environment development.rb and copy and paste this line. I'll put it in the top, needed for device gem. Okay, so we already have a roof path, and we could add these two lines, and we need them in our right here below our navigation. So if notice, let's render notice. If alert, let's render alert. Let's see if we don't get any errors. Okay. And the last thing we need to do is run this line. So now we actually need to generate the user model. So we run Rails G device user and run Rails DB migrate. And running this line, Rails generate device install created a route for us, device for users. So now if we go to our page user slash sign up, user, let's type user connection, sign up, let's start a server, Rails server. Okay, so now it works. And we can create an account. So I'll add user example and password is password sign up, and we get this notice, which we included by these lines. So now if we go to our Rails console by typing Rails console, we can check post.count and post.last. And now we need to add an association with a user with posts. So each user will have posts, and posts will belong to user. So what we need to do is we need to add a column with user ID to our post model. So to do that, we generate migration. Rails G migration, add user to post table, and user will be references. User references. Let's check this line. The file it generated us. Okay, so now that's Rails DB migrate. So now let's run Rails console and post.last. And as you can see right here, our last post didn't have user ID column, and now it has, because of this migration we generated right here. So what we could do is go to our post page, controllers, post controllers. We actually need to change this to post.build. User dot current user dot post dot build, and if we refresh, these two posts won't have a user yet, so I will delete them. And we still have one post, I think, post/4, which was completely empty. Yes, so let's delete this one. And now let's create new post. So title will be sample post. Again, copy some filler text. And current user post build. We actually need to allow user ID inside our post params, and now it should work. So again, sample post. Oh, still doesn't work. User. So I finally realized what stupid mistake I made. We just need to go to our models, user.rb and post.rb. And our user has many posts, and our post belongs to user. We just added an association. So now if we go to new post, sample post, let's paste this right here. Oh, it finally works. And to show that it really works, let's go to our views, post show, and at the top let's have a small post post.user.email. And now it shows the email of the author of the post. That's good. Now we should add some method like before action authenticate user only new edit and destroy. So in order to create new post or edit it or destroy it, the user will have to log in. So for example, if let's actually go to our and change our navigation a little bit. Layouts, navigation, we just add sign out, and type current user. Let's check the routes quickly. Rails routes. Users, destroy user session path, destroy user session path, method delete. So now it should work. Destroy user session path. Sign out successfully. So now if we try to add new post, as you can see it asks us to sign in or sign up before continuing. So let's sign in, user and password. And if we log in, it will redirect us to a create a new post path. Okay, so now if we go to the blog, let's actually change so it shows which post belongs to what in our index view. So small, created by post.user.email, and if sign out and create a new account, user2@example.com, password. The problem is we sign up as a different user, but we can still delete this post, and that's a bad thing. For this, we should add a private method called def. We can call it is admin or is owner, and unless current user equals post.user, redirect to post. So now let's create a new post and check if everything works okay. We posted this post as user2@example.com. Let's sign out and user/sign in as user as the first user, and check if we can still delete this post. Oh, as you can see, nothing happens. But still, it would be better if we wouldn't see these links. So for that, let's go to our show page and add an if statement. If current user equals post.user, add these two lines, and these links disappeared. So now what we could do is add more styling. So let's go to, before that, let's commit the changes. Generate user model, add authentication and authorization. Checkout master, git merge device, git status. We could finally push it to our Git repository, and we can also push it onto Heroku and check if everything works okay. Let's migrate the database. And let's open it on Heroku. And what's wrong right here is that we have some posts created, but they aren't associated with any users. So we need to open Heroku console, Heroku let's open the Rails console, and as we can see, post.count, we have one post, post.last, and it has user ID nil. So what we need to do is we can just simply post.last.destroy, post.count. Now we have 0 users, and yes, now it works. So firstly, let's create new users sign up. And create new post, sample post. And it works. So the next thing I would like to do with this website is just add some small components to look at more beautiful. And we could also change the navigation and add style the alert messages. So for that, let's go to application.html.haml and write if a user signed in, new post, and sign out, else link to sign up, create new user path, and so it should be sign in and this sign up. And let's check our routes again, because I forgot the routes a device generated for us. So new user session path and new user registration path. So new user registration path, and right here new user session path. Since we already log in, we only see these two links, but if we log out, the links have changed. So now what we could do is style this line. So to style this line, let's go to our application.html.haml and let's delete these lines. And down here, let's add a flash.eachView name and message. Content tag div message class alert success. And now let's go to post controller and add notice post was successfully created. Let's copy this and now update. Let's add updated, and in our destroy action flash notice post was successfully deleted, and inside our is owner action let's add a flash notice sorry, not notice, alert that post doesn't belong to you. So let's sign in and try to create new post. If sign it, we get this line right here, and if we go to new posts and add new post, we should also get a beautifully styled flash notice. If you try to edit this one, you should get that post doesn't belong to you. Let's commit the changes. Commit and style flashes. And the last thing I would like to do is to add some styling to our post show page and to the whole document. So for this we just need to go to our assets, style sheets, application.scss and add some basic general styles, and our HTML body will have a width of 100%, also a height and overflow auto, and our navigation will have a box shadow of 0 on the top, 1 pixel on the right, 2 pixels on the bottom and 0 on the left, and we'll use 0, 0, 0 and 0.22, and also the .nav brand class, and the link will have a color of white, and text transform uppercase, font weight bold, and on hover text decoration none. So let's check our page. Something's wrong. For this, for styling, there's a great tool, Google Inspect Element, and you can check why something isn't working. Oh, sorry, we need to type navbar brand. So yeah, now it looks how we wanted it to look. And if we go to post.scss, let's add some styling right here. So firstly, let's add some variables. And in SCSS, a variable has a $sign on the front. So green be this color, and blue will have this color. So the first thing we'll do is we'll style forms, and if we go to new post, form, text area, max width 100%. So now a user won't. So now we can only resize the height of the text area and not the width, and that's what we wanted. And input type submit. Well, actually, I won't need to style a button. So we're done with the form, and let's style index page. So h2 dot post. h2 will have a font weight of 800, padding on the left of 10 pixels, and border on the left 4 pixels, solid green. Let's go to our index page, and actually it should be h1 maybe. This should be h2, and it should be h2. Okay, and now add on hover, text decoration none, and opacity 0.8. So now if you hover on the links, the decoration has disappeared, and it reduces opacity. So we style this. Let's go to our post show page. So content h1, font size 2.6 em, font weight 800, and text align center. Okay, now HR, border top 1 pixel, solid blue, and width of 50%. And we actually need to add in our show page right here a horizontal line. And go down here, and sorry, not here, to our post CSS, and set the font size of our paragraphs to 1.3 em. That looks much better. But still, this user is somewhere on the top, and I don't like that. So let's cut this and put it right below our paragraph. I think it looks better. So yeah, we have finally created our blog post where we can create new posts. Users can sign in, sign up, and we also had some validations. We can edit a post, we get all these notices. If we delete, as you can see, everything works okay. So now just add changes. Style, index page, and show page, or maybe just finished styling. Git push, and now let's push it to Heroku. So I'd like to thank you everyone who has watched these videos, and I know they were really terrible because it's the first time I have ever created a video, but I hope my content will improve in the time. So yeah, just don't dislike this video please, and see you later.